Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to Public Works Committee meeting Tuesday, March 15th, 2022 at 2:30 p.m. We are doing this remote, and present here is Randy Allison, Councilman Randy Allison, Councilman Vince Polizzi, myself, Bonnie Katz, Gary Narr, and do you know, Scott, they have your name Slivermore up there from Streets and Parks. We have Chris Black, our IT person, and we have Janice Frank, our city clerk. We have two items on the agenda. Number one is the ordinance vacating a portion of Poplar and Webb Street in the 5th Ward. Gary, you are up.
Okay, what I present to you today is a request from Robert to vacate the city's interest in a section of Poplar and Webb Street where these streets meet. Attached, obviously, to vacate Poplar Street from West 3rd to the intersection of Webb Street. Webb Street would be vacated from Trenton Place to its intersection with Poplar Street. It was reviewed by John Sanders and myself probably a good couple of months ago. This is how long we've been in the works with this project. It also basically, the city has not or does not have any intention to basically utilize these portions of the street. You do have a sketch from Lyco Geo, which shows what the property currently looks like. The Planell zoning district. Mr. Gare owns a property that abut both all of those vacant streets. So basically, he is the only primary owner of properties that surround or car costs to surround those areas. And one of the reasons, again, and also the ordinance was also reviewed by Norm Lubin, who's obviously is our city solicitor. He had no issues and was okay with the way the ordinance is written at this point. And the reason for that called the way to John Grada. John Grada was there, and just something he never followed through. But more and more, what he's realizing is as people are coming in through those areas of the street, which basically goes in through cash and stuff, and he's constantly having to go to remove this. So one of the reasons that he's looking for is obviously his property butts both there at the Poplar Street section. Basically, he owns both of those on both sides. So what he'd like to do is if the city vacates that, he'd like to just kind of.
Well, you're breaking up, Gary.
Put a gate up for his property, so that way people aren't pulling back in there in the evening, sitting back in there doing things that they do. What's that?
Gary, you're really breaking up.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, you're really breaking up.
Sorry about that. I'm sitting in an RVT here at the RVT office. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. And basically what it is it was reviewed by Norm, John Sanders, and Adam Wender. Back when Adam was in charge, we had reviewed this initially, and there's no way that the city intends to develop those areas. Mr. Gare is basically looking at us to vacate our interest so that he can put a gate up there, so that would allow him to basically stop people from parking back in there, dumping trash on both the sections of Poplar as well as Webb Street. Again, it was reviewed by Norm Lubin. He didn't have any issues with the ordinance the way it was written. It did go through planning. Planning did review it this past Monday, and they gave a positive recommendation, that there's no reason that the comprehensive plan is going to utilize those streets. And that's what I had to present.
Okie dokie. Any questions? Randy? Yes, Vince.
I just had one quick question. I'm looking at the site survey map provided by Allison Land Survey here. And down in the lower left-hand corner, circled so as to draw attention to it, it says area of potential title overlap. Mr. Nard, do we foresee any kind of potential problem with title
No,
overlap there?
we don't see any. In fact, we did reach out and send this to CEDACOG, who basically owns that part of the railroad, and they said they have no issue. It's just that they based off of, because CEDACOG, the length of it, it looks like basically that property back there may, and again, it's the city streets, it's just that are kind of like the deeds kind of look like they overlap, but they have no issue with it and have not raised any questions or concerns.
Okay. That was my only,
Did that answer your question?
yes, yep, thank you.
Randy, do you have any questions?
No, no, I don't. It's a pretty, it's really not a throughway there. And it's pretty convoluted. The way the streets bend around there and the street names change in directions you wouldn't think. So and probably, like Gary said, it's long overdue for that to be addressed.
I agree with you. And I can see where people would use that to park, dump garbage and stuff like that. I really can. I think we're all familiar with that area back there, and yes, vacate it and he can put a fence up.
Yeah, anybody that wants to get back, anybody that wants to get to Webb or any of those streets, there's a lot of easier ways to get there and better ways. So
Exactly.
And basically what he's asking to do is just as it basically touches his property, eventually if we vacate that for him to put up a fence or a gate so that no one can go back in there, people will still be able to go all the way to Trenton Place, and they'll be able to go back into Poplar Street to South Alley as well.
yeah, there's still lots of access.
Sounds like a win-win situation. If there's no other questions, I'd take a vote.
I will make a motion to forward this to the full body of council with a positive recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Second item on the agenda is any related items. Does anyone have anything else to bring here? I see no hands, I see no voices, and I see no mouths moving. So if we have nothing under any related items, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. See, Chris, I told you this is going to be short and sweet.
Easy peasy.
I know. See you guys.
Okay.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you,
Thank
Scott.
you.
Have a good time, Gary.
Thank you.
Enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah, we're gonna try. It's only supposed to be in the high 60s.
Oh. Take care, though.
Yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Bye.